and welcome to Crochet Corner here on C is for Crown. A while back, I introduced, well, not too a while back, but at the end of May, beginning of June, one of those times I introduced a very special granny square for a very special YouTuber here on YouTube. So it was for Rose of Rose Likes Crochet, and I am Ray, the crone in C is for Crone. And what I did was I made her a granny square, and I'm calling it Rose's Springtime Rose Granny Square. And when I made that last video, I had showed that I was able to make one, reproduce it, and I actually have a third one here. And I had said I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but that I was going to keep it. I wasn't going to take any of these squares apart, and that I was going to do something with it. I also, oh, excuse me. I also used this square as the basis for one of the 10-inch granny squares I'm doing for my granny square sampler afghan for the summer crochet project. It's the second square for June. So if you had problems hanging in there for an hour on the original tutorial, there was a lot of fidgeting and some talking and cats interrupting. Bear with me, because I will be reintroducing the base of this square in a later tutorial with that summer crochet project. Anyways, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat here. What I decided to do as I'm sitting here staring at my squares with this really pretty square is I've decided to make a baby blanket out of it. To just use up the yarn. So I will be, this was Bernat Premium Lavender. I've got some pink and I got some white. I had the yarn for another project that someone changes the colors for, and now I have the yarn. So I think this is kind of the summer to use up yarn. So a friend of my husband, a friend, his daughter is having another granddaughter, so I thought this would be really pretty in some pink and white and this pretty lavender with that flower in the middle. So I will be doing that up. There won't necessarily be a tutorial for that baby blanket, but I will do little bits as I go and make little videos to show the progress on the baby blanket. It will probably, the videos will probably be called Rose's Springtime Granny Square Baby Blanket. Just keep things simple. And I'm thinking I'm not making a big baby blanket, something more that you can tuck around around your baby in the car seat, that potentially they can take as they grow up, you know, type thing. They can keep it for a few years as a car blanket, and sometimes even as an adult, that smaller baby blanket for strollers and things like that makes a great lap blanket in the car, truck, in your vehicle. As pretty as the square is, it's definitely worth making as an heirloom item that can be handed down from family member to family member to family member. The Bernat Premium is a number 4 yarn. I would just say, because it's for babies, just use something soft. Use whatever yarn that you want to use, and the corresponding crochet hook. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook to do this. But when I will discuss more when I'm making it. Yay! I figured out what I'm doing with those extra squares that I did, and I look forward to finishing this project over the summer. And as a gift, I may include a stuffed animal, mini stuffed animal, about the size of the small Beanie Babies, like Otis. A Lovey. The pattern is by Z, and I will also show you how to do that. Z has a pattern here on YouTube for that, and I will try to remember when I go to post this to include a link in the description of that. So anyways, keeping things short, turning this into a baby blanket, and I absolutely look forward to doing so, and having you guys join me as I do that. So crochet with you later, and until then.